And welcome once again to another episode of Stu Ham Productions presents
J&M Solve the World. I am James.
And I am Matt. And on the phone is the one, the only, your favorite Italian and mine, all the way from the state of Floria Duh. Give it up for Dwight.
What's going on, gentlemen, and hundreds of listeners?
That is right. We are at hundreds of listeners now.
We're getting there.
Yes, we are.
20 more years, we might be 1,000.
Last I checked, I believe. Hang on. I don't want to be. I don't want to be wrong about this.
I guess we need to have a controversial episode so we can go viral.
Bum 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 bum.
Well, I'll definitely be on that one.
No edits.
Let's see here.
Well, somebody's got to say fucked up shit.
Exactly.
Okay, there we go. I want.
You guys are. James. You're far too debonair. You know. You're the class.
Yeah.
Class all on his own.
Yeah, I don't understand all them podcasters that they think they have to say fuck all the time. I mean, what the hell?
I'm wanting to say we're over 60 subscribers on Spotify.
Nice.
And on YouTube, as this is recording, 111.
Nice.
Damn.
Right?
Proud of you guys, man.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man.
I will say that I got the girl that works at the smoke shop, or one of the smoke shops in Raymore.
Uh-huh.
I stopped in there last Sunday when I got home. Had to get some new vapes because I quit smoking cigarettes, but I'm vaping.
You're still sucking chemicals.
Yes. But I got
You'll never be the dragon. I'm the dragon.
Well, see, that's the thing is I don't want to carry around all that extra shit. I mean, I've got a vape.
Matter of preference.
I've got a vape that I can throw it away when I'm done with it, and I can pick up.
Okay, well, all right, I can refill mine and not leave the house. But that's good. It's good. Whatever you want to do, man. I mean, who gives a shit?
But see, I don't
my method.
I don't buy one vape at a time. Anyways, I got her to subscribe to our YouTube on the spot.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a way with women.
Tonight's topic is going to be about phobias. Now, according to Johns Hopkins University, a phobia is an uncontrollable, irrational, and lasting fear of a certain object, situation, or activity. This fear can be so overwhelming that a person may go to great lengths to avoid the source of this fear. One response can be a panic attack. This is a sudden, intense fear that lasts for several minutes. It happens when there is no real danger. Now,
That's why some people are scared of something that a lot of people aren't.
right,
Basically.
clowns, for
Clowns.
instance.
That's our generation,
Damn it.
though, because of fucking
I was going to
poltergeist.
use that one.
Yep. Let me see here. Yeah.
Well, like my brother, when he was still alive, he was like me, deathly afraid of snakes.
Okay.
But his wife, who was not afraid of snakes, but was deathly afraid of mice.
Ooh. Wow.
I mean,
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm sorry, but mice are kind of cute when they're not shitting and pissing all over your stuff and getting into your bread and whatever.
Yeah. You want one of these?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I didn't want to take away from your
Oh, no,
scotch.
no. That's fine.
What I'm pouring for James and I is a dirty snowball. I discovered this drink when I was up in Boston or up in New Hampshire back in December, and my lady and I met up with an old Army buddy of mine and his girl up in Maine. And the restaurant had a drink called a Dirty Snowball. Now, this is Bailey's, Kahlua, and Screwball.
Ooh.
Pure alcohol.
That
100%.
sounds yummy, though.
Oh, it is.
This will probably taste better than the last time I had it because I've only been drinking scotch and not partaking in other stuff with my grandsons.
Yes.
You gotta go. You gotta go with Lemmy's theory on this. It's not what you drink, it's or how much. It's how fast.
Right. Now, I must call us all to observe a moment of silence. Last night when I got home, I opened the passenger side door of my truck to get my wares and stuff that I had purchased throughout the day. And a bottle of Jesse James American Outlaw Honey fell on the driveway and busted. So please join us in a moment of silence for the alcohol. And thank you. And oh,
were you not out there with a straw?
No, there was glass everywhere, bro. It did get on my jeans and my boots, so I've got to wonder, will the customer on Monday appreciate the whiskey smell on my boots or the marijuana smell when I open up my toolbox?
Yeah, fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Yeah.
You know?
Honeybees might start following you around, too.
Oh, that is so good. Okay, as we stated, let's see here. Fears and phobias. So, Dwight, what is one of your phobias?
Well, as you defined it, I don't know. I think initially I have to go with something that I experience intermittently in my career. I don't like dealing with blood. It doesn't have me to a panic attack or nothing. It does. I'm sure it raises my heart rate and whatnot, and I just protective gear, is always in play. But I just do not like to fuck with it. And it's not really in my scope of practice. I don't do wound care, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm getting a nurse, you know what I mean?
Is it a fear, is it a phobia of seeing the blood, or is it more of a phobia of what could be in the blood?
It's definitely not seeing it. It's seeing it's fine. It's what could possibly be in it, and I don't want it on me,
right. Right. So you're more afraid of AIDS or hepatitis or something like that you.
Yeah, there's too many variables with blood. It can carry just all the shit you said and a billion other things. I just it's just one of them things. Puke, poop, all that other stuff that that is common in my field in the
hemophobia is what that is.
The settings that I work. I don't want to be in contact with it. You know what I mean? And if it gets on, if we're in a parallel bars or something, or if it's on the floor or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to remove that situation. I'm going to get a nurse, and I'm going to take the necessary precautions. And I got no problem cleaning it up either. If you just start fucking bleeding out of nowhere, it's like, fucking do not want it on me,
Well, I mean,
my wife worked with a guy, and his was the sight of blood. And because they built gearboxes and stuff, and it wasn't a normal everyday deal, but every once in a while somebody would cut themselves on the edge of a shaft or something, and if he seen it, he would damn near pass out just by the sight of blood.
I've seen people with severe liver cirrhosis just literally piss blood out of their ass, like straight up blood, dude. And it's like, that doesn't bother me. It's contained. But like I said, if I'm doing something in the parallel bars, or if I'm doing, you know, whatever, we're moving, I'm touching you, whatever, and there's, for whatever fucking reason, some type of a fucking, you know, fuck that. I mean, don't put it on me, dude.
You know, I gotta say this. It's a good thing your wife doesn't have microphobia. The fear of small things.
Yeah, well, you know, her eyes are half closed.
Of course, everything
love you. Look, hold on. Shout out when she listens to this. Love you, honey.
Of course, everything looks big in her hands, right?
Hey, man, it's just about having the right funhouse mirror, dude.
There you
like
go.
I look in the one that's above my bed, dude. I'm the stature of Peter Dinklage, but I'm hung like Ron Jeremy, and that's fine.
There you go.
Good with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's all perception, baby.
Yeah, there's not really a fear of the sight of blood. It's just the fear of blood.
Well,
it's a fear of coming in contact with it more so. I don't want it on me when it's on something, when it's on equipment or anything like that. Man, I clean that stuff regardless anyway. You know, 100% all the time after every fucking person. But if you're bleeding on something, man, that's like, fuck, you just elevated the game. You know.
You know, it's a good thing that Dwight got over his phobia, his fear of beautiful women, because I mean, he married one, and I can't help the fact that she loves their shower curtain in their bathroom.
Both of them actually. She loves both of them.
Venus phobia, huh?
She only really she loves one and a half of them.
Fear of beautiful women.
I think I kind of had that back when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that.
It was hard for me to talk to pretty girls, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have it now. I'll talk to fucking anybody. I don't give a shit.
You know, oh my God.
Especially after my first boss, I was married at the time, and he's telling me, he's like, and he was quite the hound dog back in his day, you know, and he was telling me, he said, yep, he said, I used to run with this big old fat guy, didn't have any money, but he always had the prettiest women on his fucking arm every time. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Are you hung like a horse, or what the fuck is your deal? How do you get all these good-looking women? He goes, I talk to him. And he said,
well, you made that.
He said, if you go to a bar and there's a really hot woman sitting at the bar by herself, she's probably the most lonely sumbitch in there, because everybody's afraid to talk to her, or they think she's already taken. He said, I just go up and start talking to him. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, goddamn, I wished I'd have known that back when I was single.
See, I believe you, because you put that on main display that one particular Saturday night in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And so did I.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So this one makes no sense. Phobia.
Fear of phobias?
The fear of fear.
The fear of phobias.
Yeah.
Now there is one that I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to attempt to try to say. There's actually two of them. One of them is the fear of the number 666. It's hexacoisahexcontahexaphobia.
I'd like to buy a vowel and E, please.
Yeah.
No shit.
And then there's fear of long words, which is hippopotamus lollipop phobia.
That's called. You should have.
You
should have paid more attention in school.
Just want to run up on that motherfucker and go.
Yeah.
Just want to run up on that motherfucker and go supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
And watch them just shit their pants, dude.
Watch them shit their pants and their fucking head explode.
I mean, some of this it just boggles my mind. Like, genophobia is the fear of sexual intercourse. Now,
Okay.
I thought that was like internet trolls.
No, that's been actually modernized by these. I don't know the movement, the be something movement, where these ugly Democratic chicks are fucking shaving their heads and not fucking anybody, like anybody wanted to fuck them anyway. So I think that applies.
Well, then there's also the incels. The dudes the incels. You know, the dudes that just live in their mom's basement and watch porn and play video games, but they're afraid to have physical or even just verbal contact with the outside world.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they're usually the ones that end up shooting up fucking schools and shit too. So,
I mean, okay, so, what is it? Daemonophobia is the fear of demons.
Okay. I mean, I had a friend of mine that I graduated with it's been years and years ago. He worked at a grocery store in Bolivar, and him and I got to visit when I was checking out with him one time, and he's like, he said, man, I just got done reading the Satanic Bible. I'm like, really? He said, hey, how better to know your enemy than to know your enemy? I'm like, okay. You know, he said, I'm not a Satanist, but he said, I wanted to see what that shit had to say. I'm going, okay.
You know,
I think that's my theory on everything, as far as like you have to try, like you kind of got to try it. You can't bitch about something if you haven't tried it. Like if I don't play the lottery, I can't bitch that I lost. If I don't listen
right.
You know, if I don't listen to 30 seconds of Beyonce, I can't say it sucks.
You know what? Did you watch that?
You know what I'm saying?
Did you watch that football game on Netflix in Dallas when Beyonce done the halftime show this season?
No, and even if I did, I would have went and fucking took a shit during the halftime show.
Okay, I watched it.
No interest. Because I've already done it.
I watched it, and she performed. All the songs she performed was off her country album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching it going, this is country? Well, you know, I have watched the CMAs lately, and that's really not country either. But I'm sitting there watching it.
She won a CMA this year.
No, she didn't. She didn't get nominated in the CMAs.
She won something for that album, though. And I have not listened to that, so I can't bitch about it, but she won. She did win something.
She won the Album of the Year at the Grammys this year.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
And they were talking about that. She didn't even get a nomination at the CMAs.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm watching it, and I told the wife, I'm like, yeah, this is really not for me. I said, but you know what? It's actually better than the last 4 or 5 halftime shows we've had at the Super Bowl. Then she came out riding on a white horse, and it was like, okay, whatever.
I mean,
I'm the weirdo that watches both Democrat and Republican conventions. You know, because I want to see what both sides are saying. You know, I mean, how are you going to make an intelligent decision if you don't listen to both sides?
Exactly what I was saying before about, you know, you cannot bitch about something or praise it for that matter, okay? Unless you've experienced it. People go, oh, that's no fucking good. Wait, have you tried it?
Right.
Well, no, man, fucking, but fucking try it. And if it still sucks, that's cool. And if you dig it, that's cool.
Right. I want to know how many of these people that are protesting Trump right now, how many of you actually got out and voted?
Or how many of them maybe some people like paying $7 for fucking eggs.
Well, they're still $7.
Yeah.
He hasn't lowered that yet.
No, give it. Hey, it's been in 2 weeks. Give him time. Give him a minute.
Hey, we're taking over Greenland and the Panama and the Gaza Strip, but we haven't lowered eggs yet. What the fuck?
Right.
Okay. Anyways,
what do, man?
Back to fears. You know, it's
fears of Donald Trump not being president. Go ahead, Matt. I know we don't do political things on here, and I just didn't do that. I just formed just stated an opinion.
How people say arachnophobia or arachnid phobia or arachnophobia, and it's like, you know, you're totally talking, because there's Acrophobia is fear of heights. Let's see. I just saw this. Where did it go? Agoraphobia is the fear of open spaces or crowds.
That's kind of a fucking oxymoron. What? Open spaces or crowds.
Yeah.
So you're afraid to be out. You're afraid to be out in an open field, but then you're also afraid to be in a stadium full of people.
Right. And then there's anthrophobia, which is the fear of people or society.
So what's back to what you were saying? What's the fear of heights, right? It's not necessarily the fear of heights for me, and it's not even really the fear of falling. It's the fear of fucking landing. What's that?
Now,
exactly.
Okay,
the fall is fucking great. The fall is great, but that fucking sudden stop at the end.
Now you've got
that's not because I flew 80 feet off the back of my motorcycle and that bitch turned in front of me. The flight was fine. It was the landing that sucked.
Like, woohoo!
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
So James was not showing aspects of aerophobia, which is the fear of flying, or anemophobia, the fear of air. What he was showing, let's see here. Let me find it.
I wasn't afraid while I was flying.
Right.
I wasn't afraid after I hit. I just knew it hurt really bad.
Yeah, something got broke. Goddamn.
Something fucked up here because I stood up. I wanted to go have a talk with this bitch, and I stood up and went, "Oh shit!"
So what?
My pelvis shouldn't move that way, and what's this pain shooting up my heel?
So what James was experiencing, and what Dwight explained, was barophobia, the fear of gravity. Because gravity is what brought you down to the ground to hurt you.
But I'm not afraid of gravity. I like gravity because it keeps me on this planet.
Or
would be floating off.
Hang on.
I'm glad that I can fight gravity with my erection.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you, gravity. Look at this motherfucker stand up. What the hell?
Right, it's the fear of a ceiling at that point. What's that, man?
The fear of the ceiling fan.
Oh, shit the bed. That'll do, folks. Yeah, that'll do it.
Let me see.
That'll do it.
I'm looking through the list of fears
fanophobia,
here.
The fear of your dick hitting the ceiling fan.
See, I think this kind of problem. There's just too many phobias out there, dude.
Dude, I'm looking at them. Okay, so like, dysmorphobia is the fear of deformity. But then,
like if you see somebody with a deformity, you're afraid of them, or
I don't know.
I don't. I mean, I seen a girl in a neck brace the other day, and I was like, "Oh shit, I wonder what happened to her," but I didn't ask.
Right.
I wasn't afraid of her.
Man, I'll just adjust that neck brace to fit her correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inoculophobia, the fear of crowds. How many more phobias do we need to say that, hey, you don't like crowds, bro? Crowds are open spaces.
It's called.
It's society, man.
It's called people.
Everything is done anymore, man. It's ridiculous that there's even this much shit. But let's get back to it. What are you fuckers afraid of?
Yeah, Matt. What are you afraid of? What's your biggest phobia?
Well,
that your beard looks fuzzy.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm actually looking for it right now.
Prison sex is a valid answer.
I am actually
Bubba Buttophobia.
Anacondaphobia.
Let's see here.
Bend over. Nice to meet you, Ben.
So, ometophobia is fear of eyes. Now, I'm not afraid of my eyes, but I have a fear of things getting close to my eyes.
I get that.
I can't put in eye drops.
I figured it out, though, on the eye drops.
Yeah.
Because I do it every day. Because I got dry eye. You pry your eyeball open with your fingers. You put the drop. I usually lay down flat on my back.
And you look to the side.
And you do the fucking Undertaker eye roll up into your head and then drop the drops in there. But I carry my eye drops in my pocket all day, and I put them in after I get home from work so they're warm.
Oh, no, you got to do them cold, bro.
Why?
Oh, it's just so much fucking more relieving, man.
Oh, yeah?
I use the Refresh liquid gel.
Uh-huh.
It's a thicker gel. It's a gel. It's a thicker fucking thing, dude. And if you keep them bitches like you don't put them in the freezer or nothing, man. But if you just keep them not in your pocket, because it'll be at 96.8 degrees or whatever your body temperature is.
Right.
But man, if you just keep them cooled off a little bit, and even sometimes, like I keep one. Sometimes I put my lunch bag in the refrigerator at work, and they're cool, and they're cold as fuck, man. But it's like it's just God Almighty. Try it one time, and if it sucks, you can fucking punch me in the face next time I come to Missouri.
See, my eye doctor, he gave me a sample of Blink.
182?
No.
All just the small things.
But that's what I've been doing.
Sorry.
But would you say they were Refresh liquid gels?
Refresh liquid gels, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. They're the shit, dude.
I know back years
ago,
are
the shit.
I got a piece of steel in my eye and had to have it taken out. And they gave me a salve. And what I done with it was I peeled the bottom. I grabbed my eyelashes on the bottom lid and pulled it out. And I put a little drop of that in there and then closed my eyes. And you had blurry fucking vision for a little bit. But, man, it felt good.
Now, I freaked out, man, when we were doing my laminate floors, man. I was cutting a piece or something, and I thought I'm sure I had goggles on, whatever the case was, man. But I felt something get in my eye, however it got in my eye, right? And I go into the fucking bathroom mirror, dude, and I can see I'm blinking, right? And I can see the plastic, the little square piece of plastic on the white of my eye, dude. And I was like, holy shit balls, you know? So, and then I just started fucking throwing water in there. Because I didn't have an actual eye wash thing, but it came the fuck out, man. And I was so fucking relieved because I was like, that's fucking kind of bad, dude, you know?
So,
and I had no issues, but it was like, I just kept throwing fucking handfuls of water in it, motherfucker, with my head, you know, perpendicular, parallel, whatever, to the sink. And it fucking came out of there. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, fuck, I might need to call 911.
Right. That piece of steel, it was actually, I was drilling spot welds, and I had safety glasses on, but apparently it got around the side or something.
Yeah.
And I went to the eye doctor over in Buffalo, and he looks at it, and I was like, aren't you going to numb this? Because I got some thinner in my eye a couple of years earlier, some lacquer thinner, and they numbed my eye at the hospital and then dripped saline in it for 15 fucking minutes. And then they put a dye in there. I was like, oh, well. Apparently you don't have anything in there, but you scratched your eye. That's when they gave me the salve. But the steel, he looks in there. I was like, aren't you going to numb that? And he goes, no, because you won't be able to tell me if you got it out or not, or if I got it out or not. So I'm in his little headgear thing, and he's looking at me. He's prying my eyeball open, and he's like, all right, turn around here. And he comes at me with a fucking long-ass cotton swab. And he's like, okay. And I started backing out, and he goes, get back in here. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch, because I could see it coming. And he went, tink, with that cotton swab. And he's like, how's that? And I'm like, oh, shit, that feels good. Because it felt like I had a fucking rock in my eye, scratching my eyelid every time I blinked, you know.
So
I can't imagine that, man, but are you familiar with the cleaning product Tilex?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Clorox product, man, and there was a pinhole years ago when I was working in Albertsons, and I was pulling everything forward. I was fronting the aisle, right? And it's on the top shelf, and I picked it up and I pulled it forward, and I seen I put a little pressure on it, obviously, because I grabbed it, and I seen it squirt, dude, and I just seen it. There's nothing I could do, man. It just fucking hit me right in the fucking eye, dude, like a fucking porn star, right? And I was like, oh fuck, that's
skeet.
And I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, fuck, that's going to, and before I could get through the word burn, that shit was like somebody fucking set my fucking eye on fire, man. I hit the ground and I was yelling for help, dude. And they pulled me over into the fucking bakery department with the big sink, dude. And they sent an ambulance and they flushed my eye out on top of what I was able to, do at the fucking store. But yeah, that sucked, man. And Clorox was all fucking quiet. It was a Clorox company, man. They were all freaked out. They called me a couple days later at work. They're like, "Oh, Mr. fucking blah blah blah, are you okay?" And blah blah blah. And it's like, you fuckers are just afraid you're gonna get sued. And I'm like, I'm fine, dude. Fucking leave me alone.
I'm fine, but my lawyer will be in contact with you for $100 million.
So when I worked out in Phoenix, working for a truck manufacturer, I'm standing outside and I'm grinding on this water tank head that I just finished cutting out with a torch. I had on welder's sunglasses, and they had the side pieces on them because, well, fuck, I'm outside in Phoenix. I had on a face shield. I had on the leather apron, if you will, and I had a 13-inch grinder. And I'm going around the head, and I'm getting all the slag and everything off. Slag hit my apron, came up underneath my shield, under my glasses, and embedded on my eyeball. I dropped the fucking grinder, pulled the hood off, my glasses, and I'm just fucking rubbing because I think it's dust. I'm just fucking going to town, rubbing.
The fuck out of your eye.
Ooh, that was the wrong thing, I think.
I went to my supervisor, and he's like, "Oh, shit." So he grabs a book of matches, and he's trying to feather the metal out of there. But anytime he got close, my eye would shut.
Yep.
So
you're making me tear up, dude.
He took me to the doctor, and it took a nurse twice James's size, and the doctor.
She was 12'4" and weighed.
That's a
500
big
pounds.
Dude.
No, I would give him. I would give him about 6'5", 285.
Okay.
He was a big fucking dude. He looked like Dave Bautista in Hotel Artemis as Everest.
Okay.
Big fucking dude.
Or just Dave Bautista in Monday Night Raw back in the day.
Yeah. Well, he's got a hand on my lower eyelid, a hand on my upper eyelid, having my eye open. He's
like, listen here, Skippy. If you don't keep that eye open, I'm just going to pull it out of your head, get the steel out, then I'll stick it back in for you.
The doctor...
Right. Coming out of there one way or the other.
Right. The doctor would try, and that's the thing is, like you were saying, James, I couldn't roll my eye into the back of my head because the steel was on my cornea, like embedded in my fucking cornea.
Right.
Yeah. It took me being in that headgear with that nurse holding my eye open as the doctor came in with tweezers to pull the metal out of my eye. And it took my daughter's mom, she was fucking, 6 months pregnant at the time, so I couldn't really fit my head in her lap. But it took me laying on the couch with my head in her quote-unquote lap, and she would drop the eye drops in the corner of my nose,
right?
And I'd have to turn my head to let it roll into my eye. And
supposedly our other guest, Howie,
has
talked about Nicky has to sit on his chest to put eye drops in his eyes.
I'm telling you, you guys should get a fucking endorsement from Refresh, dude, because I'm telling you, try it, and if it sucks, it really.
Could you buy it at
I digress.
Could you buy it at the Wally World, or do you got to go to a pharmacy?
No, you can.
No. I think you can get it at Wally World, and then you can get it at the Green Wall place.
But I think Howie prefers Nicky to sit on his chest for a different reason, not just for eye drops.
I'm sure it probably ends up in something.
I'm
just saying.
I'm just saying. I don't know 100%, but
sounds like a glass table situation.
Okay, so the four major specific phobia categories are natural environment, animals, mutilation or medical treatment, and situations.
All right, well, back to it. What are you guys' personal shit? Here, let's get back to that for a minute.
Well, I mentioned it earlier, but my personal biggest phobia is probably snakes. Not a fan. Which is weird because lizards don't bother me. Turtles don't bother me. But I ain't touching a fucking snake.
That is called... Give me a second. I gotta...
I mean, it's in the fucking Bible. The goddamn serpent made Eve eat the fucking fruit from the forbidden tree.
Dude, I had a black snake in my garage one time, and man, I had my buddy over here and one of the guys working for me, and it was like, you guys got to get him out of here. And they're like, oh, you got to chill. And I'm like, no, because with my luck, he'll end up in my bed and fuck that shit, you know? Mm-hmm. And it sucked because we were doing the renovation. This is several years ago. We were doing the renovations on the house, and the garage was like, I mean, you couldn't fucking move out there, you know? And it's like, he could be anywhere. So we're jamming, we're jamming blowers down the side of the fucking wall behind fucking 3 shelving units. You know what I'm saying? We're like throwing fucking fairy dust at shit. It's like, get out.
Where you guys live, I'm surprised you ain't got pythons in your fucking garage.
No, that's a little further south than where I'm at.
There's a little further south? Okay.
So, James.
And the black snakes are cool, man, because they eat rodents.
They are.
I still don't want the motherfucker in the house. I don't want him in my house. I'm not going to kill him. Be outside.
They are cool. They kill rodents, and they also kill poisonous snakes.
Yeah, exactly. Like you guys can hang out, man, outside.
But I have mellowed in my older age. If I see one outside, I'll let him be. Now, several years ago, I'm going in the house, get the gun, going to shoot this motherfucker. You know.
Now, that is called ophidiophobia, the fear of snakes.
Okay.
And the fear of eyes... Ometophobia. You know, and again, it's not a fear of looking at eyes or anything like that.
The fear of having shit put in your eyes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't open my eyes underwater. I mean, hell, when my truck...
The salt water in Cancun?
Yeah.
I open my eyes.
When my truck rolled over 3 155 rounds, thankfully they were in the ground wrong. But when it rolled over those and it exploded, I'm over the turret was over the side of the explosion, which took out part of the truck. I had a bag of Doritos up there, or it could have been dirt. I don't care. But something got in my eyes, and I immediately closed my eyes. And for a good 15, 20 minutes afterwards, I thought I was blind. I thought my eyes were open, and I couldn't see. It wasn't until I physically opened my eyes with my hands after they had completely flushed my face, did I actually open my eyes and then realize, oh, yeah, your fucking hearing is shot now, jackass. Which was weird because when I thought I was blind, I could hear just fine with both eardrums perforated. But the moment that my vision, like I opened up my eyes and I could see, now all I heard was, womp, 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 womp.
Mm-hmm.
Womp, 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 womp.
Your brain was compensating because it thought you were blind, and so it was like, ears work. Yes. I know you're fucked, but work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I've also got a fear of, which most people do, of public speaking.
Oh, shit. I saw that one.
And it's gotten better over the years, but I remember having to give an oral book report in school. That fucking
You said
sucked.
oral.
Oral.
What?
But that's gotten better over the years, especially being in a band and everything. But one night I remember we were playing in a small club in Springfield, and we had 2 opening bands. And I asked the guys in the first band, I said, hey, you want me to introduce you guys? And they're like, yeah, that'd be cool, All right, cool. So, not thinking about it, I go up on stage to introduce these motherfuckers, but I have no guitar on. I walk up to a fucking microphone, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I mean, there wasn't 100 people in there. But I'm like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, here is Earth. And I got the fuck off stage. I'm like, Jesus, I didn't realize how much my guitar was a
crutch.
A crutch.
Yeah. That's glossophobia.
Yeah.
Fear of speaking in public.
Now, what we're doing right here, and I'm looking at myself on camera or whatever, doesn't fucking bother me at all.
Exactly.
But if we got all of our listeners here and we done this podcast in front of a live audience, I'd probably have to have a few cocktails before we done it.
Well, see, and
there's kind of a trick to that public speaking thing. Because I used to not be good at it, right? And then, especially through going to school and everything and having to do presentations and whatnot.
Right.
You're an occasional glance in your notes maybe, and then you kind of just you move around, so you're looking at different parts of the crowd. But the entire time you're doing that, you're just looking straight over the top of their fucking heads. You know what I mean? You're not actually now. Their perception is you're making eye contact with them,
right?
But you just fucking and it just makes life so much easier.
That's another thing about being on stage, because unless you turn on the lights for the house, you ain't seeing the fucking crowd.
No.
Because the stage lights are so fucking bright in your face and everything. I mean, you're not seeing 2 feet past the fucking stage.
Well, and that's where you see like reels or TikToks of comedians nowadays, and they're doing crowd work, and they're always putting their hand up over their eyes to shield it.
So they can see the crowd, yeah.
Now, for me, to be able to look forward and not look at any person in the eye, and I'm not saying anything negative, but
sure
it's a different scenario.
Right,
you being on stage versus me giving a presentation.
Well,
it's a totally different scenario.
Being in a company commander, a battalion commander, company first sergeant, battalion sergeant major's office, and you're keeping that sight forward, you're staring at something like right above their head, to where your eyes still look like you're looking at them. You're still paying attention, but you're not looking at them, because that's the only way that you can actually keep that facial feature, if you will. I mean, because honestly, do you think Stephen Hawking looked at anybody later in his years when he was doing speeches or whatever? Okay, so you have phobia, which is, what do you think?
Something with the
fear of an asteroid hitting the planet.
Fear of outer space. Astrophobia is what? What do you think?
Fear of asses.
Fear of the anus.
We're on the same page there, Dwight.
Yeah, the fear of thunder and lightning. So Astra versus Astro.
See, I used to be scared of storms when I was little.
Right.
And I remember Dad and I were coming home from Buffalo, and on the radio they were talking about severe thunderstorm warnings with wind speeds up to 70 miles an hour. And I'm like, shit, I remember sticking my head out of the window when it was like 60 miles an hour and you couldn't breathe.
Right.
And I was freaking out, and Dad told me, he's like, we're running 70 mile an hour right now, and the windshield wipers aren't blowing off. I'm like, huh, okay. And then he'd take me out in the yard and say, okay, you see that system over there, whatever? He's like, okay, look up at the light pole here. We walked to it, and we looked straight up it. He goes, see the way those clouds are going? that's going to miss us. And it's like, oh, okay. So that kind of got me over that, because then I could like go look myself, Mm-hmm. Now, if we're sitting here and they say there's a tornado warning for Polk County.
Right.
I'm not real worried about it until they say Hickory and Dallas.
Right.
Then I'm going, oh, fuck.
Because that's everywhere around you.
And then if they say areas affected, Polk and Lewisburg, yeah, we're going to the cellar.
Right.
It's not that I'm terrified. It's like I'm being smart.
Right.
We got a Polk County down here in Florida, man.
Yeah.
Now,
do you have a Springfield in Florida?
Yes. Yes, they do.
I'm gonna go with Matt. I'm not sure on that one.
Just like you guys have a Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, and a little Hollywood, actually.
But do you have a Mexico, Florida?
Ooh.
Because we have a Mexico, Missouri.
Yeah, it's called Miami.
No, that's Puerto Rico. That's Puerto Rico.
Cuba. Now, one of the fears that I have is autophobia. Now, what that is a fear of being alone. Now, obviously I sleep alone because, well, I'm a loser, and
I drink alone.
My girlfriend, actually, I don't. No. I've tried, and I can't drink until I come down here. But my girlfriend lives in New Hampshire, so I'm sleeping alone. And when I'm out on the road driving, I know I'm alone, but I'm not alone because I see other people. But it's late at night when everything is quiet and I am alone, and it's like that's when that demon comes up and like really starts to get into your head to where you start questioning things. And no matter what I've tried, no matter what I've done, I try to I try to keep the head up, and that's why I sleep to thunderstorms. I've got an Alexa dot at the house, and I'll say, Alexa, play thunderstorms for 1 hour, and I don't. Within that hour, I am fucking crashed out, regardless of whether I take a gummy or I've smoked weed with my brother or, anything like that.
Don't incriminate him.
It is legal in the state of Missouri now.
Yeah, and he's got a medical card. So what now, bitch?
You don't need a medical card anymore. It's legal in the state of Missouri. So.
No, right, but the medical card keeps you from paying all the taxes, and you get a higher THC count.
Still legal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I'm not saying which brother, because I'm not going to mention them by name. And I'm pretty sure our hundreds of listeners don't know that, A, I have 3 brothers, or B, where those 3 brothers live.
They know half of that now.
They know a third of it.
A third.
Yeah, Springfield could be anywhere.
There's that Florida math right there. I said I had 3 brothers, and they know half of it now.
Yeah.
Well, they do half of it. Half of it was 3 brothers. The other half was where they live.
Okay.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop, and shit the bed.
So you're afraid of anything else besides what blood could give you?
Me?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I mean, besides the obvious, fear of dying, fear of losing loved ones.
So
I think in a very serious tone, I'm going to say that losing a loved one, whether it be a direct family member, a brother, like you guys, a pet. The pets are children to me. Mm-hmm. If you fuck with my family, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you fuck with the dogs, it's all the same, and the retribution will be equal. So I think that on a very serious tone, I think the fear of loved ones, and I think, shit, man. I mean, who doesn't have that one? You know,
I was going to say I don't think that's a phobia. I think that's just a natural fear.
Yeah.
That most everybody has, and if you don't, you're a heartless motherfucker.
So I got to say this.
There's something wrong with you.
I don't think Dwight's fear is of blood.
No, it's a fear of.
I think it's bacteriophobia, the fear of bacteria. I think it's the bacteria that's in the blood is what he's afraid of, not necessarily the blood.
Right. We've established that because he said he can see blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he don't want it on him.
Yeah, but you have to now with the bacteriophobia thing. You really have to narrow the definition, because with the proper protective gear, I got no problem going to a COVID unit back in the day when it was something, and now it's nothing. It's nothing more than a common flu. Or if I was going into a tuberculosis room, or if I was going into, you know, any other kind of fucking situation like that, you know what I mean? It's, you know, you still don't want nothing to do with it, but you're able to protect yourself. So, yeah, you have to kind of elaborate on that one a little bit. The bacteria thing, James, I agree with you to an extent as far as, yeah, I mean, who wants anything to do with MRSA or fucking anything else? But at the same time, like, that shit doesn't scare me. It nearly killed me, my wife, and my son for that matter. The COVID thing, well, I ain't afraid of it. You know, I'm cautious of it. But I'm in the spirit of being in the field that I'm in the medical field. You know, I mean, when I'm at my job, I know what your issue is, James, Matt. If you're my patients, I know what the fuck's going on. For the most part, aside from newly, you know, arising issues. Now, go to Wally World, dude. You don't fucking know, dude.
Right.
You know, so it's a matter of that is really.
We were talking earlier before the podcast, and you said something about not like ziplining and stuff like that. Kind of a fear of something you weren't in control of.
Yeah, I don't like roller coaster shit. I don't have any control. Like rappelling. I still don't like the height part of it, or the falling part of it, or whatever. The landing. But I have a break. So you could say that you could take that and apply it to any situation, and I'll let you.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because you were talking about entering a situation where there's MRSA or tuberculosis or whatever. And if you got the proper gear, you're kind of in control of the situation.
Yeah, and so
if somebody hacked on you at Walmart, and he's got TB, you ain't got control over that shit, and that scares the fuck out of you.
No, I just give him a dirty look and throw the Italian hands up and go like, "What the fuck? What was that?"
Exactly.
Like, really? You know, you can't go over there and scratch your fucking nuts over there. You gotta fucking do it in front of my fucking head.
Okay, so wow, whose nuts are close enough to your head?
I'm just saying, fucking people in general. Nuts is a generalization of their bodily functions, fluids, and or otherwise anything thereof.
So,
dude, like, just if you cough, dude, if you cough, have the goddamn common courtesy to do it in your arm or something, dude. If I'm about to put a pulse ox on your fucking finger because I need to check your oxygen, don't fucking put your finger up your asshole and scratch it, and then hand me that same finger, because I've had people do that, and it's like, I look at them, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, give me your fucking pinky.
Hey,
because that index finger is off the table now.
Look, your son was the one that said your butthole's not clean unless you go at least to the first knuckle.
Well, we're gonna have to bring him on the podcast. I'm not gonna speak on his behalf, dude.
But the fear of speaking in public is called glossophobia.
How do we go from the asshole to public, dude? That's
no.
OnlyFans. Okay,
wait,
never mind.
Do we have an orgy there somewhere?
I think so, James. I think we did. I think we just did.
Yeah.
I think there's a whole big gangbang bukkake fucking piss fest thing that just happened right in front of us, and we didn't even realize it, but there it was. Kind of like, again, that Saturday night in St. Louis.
Oh, jeez.
And for those of you who don't know it, I go back to fucking season 2 or 3 or some shit in episode, I don't know, 1 through 47, and just find it.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Because apparently these guys did not have phobia, the fear of rooms, because they were going through them all.
Oh, there wasn't a fucking closed door that Dwight wasn't opening.
Yeah.
What's in here? What's in here? What's going on over here?
They were walking down them steps, and he turns around and says, we got to get the fuck out of here.
I
mean, you know what though, man? You know what the bitch of it was? The bitch of it was the only door that opened because I needed it was that bathroom door, and that's when them 3 fucking pigs rolled out.
Oh god!
That was the only fucking door that had consequences. Every other door, like the basement thing, let's get the fuck out of here. That's fine. We retreated from that situation.
And that's when Dwight showed symptoms of megalophobia, the fear of large things.
Dude, James.
Yes.
Matt, you seen the fucking picture. There's 800 pounds in a fucking 3x3 room. Tell me that's not a fucking clown car of some sort. It was amazing. It was a thrill to see it. James, were you not amazed?
I was amazed. Yeah. I'm like,
and then they asked us for the thing they asked us for, and it was like, are you sprinkling it on cheeseburgers?
Right.
How are you doing that?
Must have been.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Must have been on their donuts.
Good Christ Almighty!
That was the powder on their donuts.
Cocaine Krispy Kreme, baby.
Yeah.
So, but everybody on that side of the Airbnb apparently did not have a paraphobia.
Mm-hmm.
A paraphobia is the fear of sexual perversion.
Oh, fuck no. Nobody had that shit.
No.
Nobody, dude.
No.
Nobody, dude.
And I'll tell you what, those
those
girls out front did not have pyrophobia.
Yeah. Well, Dwight and I had it. I don't know about Andrew.
No. In the basement, I think we had it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I had it anywhere else.
Yeah. Because everywhere else there was something good to look at least, but the basement it got weird.
Yeah, the basement was that was an underground closet.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it at that, right? Not to offend anybody.
Well, something we didn't want to be a part of for sure.
Yeah, I'm not participating in this fucking activity.
I don't even want to watch. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I gotta go.
So what you were showing in the basement was xenophobia, because you had a fear of strangers or foreigners.
No,
I had a fear of fucking bags, dude. Because there was a bunch of them, dude. We were outnumbered, man. If they wanted to fucking rape us, dude, that was cool with them. But I'm saying, and homosexuals, that's fine. Be gay, whatever. Go do what you do. I didn't mean it like that. But and God forbid you should have to fucking edit anything.
You were talking about.
Shit!
You were talking.
Fucking Jesus Christ! Like
you were talking about English cigarettes, right?
Exactly, man. I was not in a smoking mood. We had. Remember, I brought the stogies up with me. We had a good time with those. I was like, we're done. Right. We're done with that. Let's go back upstairs and check out that fucking chick that's obviously on ecstasy, just swinging around in that sex swing,
right?
With that other thing next to her, who God knows what that is.
Right.
I mean, there was more flat handing in that situation to figure out things than I've ever been in.
The bartenders were pretty nice.
The bartenders were hot and poured heavy, dude. That was fucking so nice. That was the best part, right?
Exactly.
So,
that was the best part, other than being with brothers, man, with you, and
No, xenophobia. That's like, I thought that was a term for being anti-Jewish.
No.
I thought you were referring to the Alien movies.
No. Well, xenophobia is fear of strangers or foreigners. Now, yes, it could be considered for Jewish hate, if you will, because they're quote unquote considered foreigners.
I've heard that term used for, well, an anti-Semitic and everything,
right?
You know, and xenophobia, and
right?
Like
and it's because of the strangers and the foreigners, or it's people too dumb to actually look up what an actual phobia is. Because I mean, what I'm going off of is not the end all be all list of phobias. It just happens to be one that has it.
You Google something and there's a bunch
right
pop up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you one here, man. Like, I don't necessarily like being in crowds. Like I went into Publix today, man, or this other grocery store that will remain unnamed. So now you do have to edit something. But I went into the grocery store, dude, and it was slam packed. And it was Super Bowls tomorrow, right? And I was like, I literally needed a gallon of milk and a fucking loaf of bread, dude. That's all I needed. I'm like, fuck, man. So, and then like in a mall or in a public place, like if it gets too fucking crowded, it just like it. I'm not afraid of it, but it unnerves me a little bit because my guard is heightened. You know, I'm constantly on guard.
You know what that's
called?
But
at the same time, well, hold on. I want to hear what you're gonna say, but if I go to a metal concert, dude, with 200,000 people, I ain't worried about shit.
Right.
And the difference is, and my wife has asked me about this. She goes, "Well, what's the difference?" I say, "Well, at the show, I know that everybody's my friend. We're all there for the same reason." I said, if I'm in a fucking crowded fucking mall or crowded any goddamn thing, like I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck your intentions are. I don't know what the fuck your motives are.
Right.
You know, if I'm at a metal show, well, fuck, we're all here for the fucking metal.
Exactly. That's
easy.
That's what I was going to say. You're suffering from that thing that I think we all are. It's called we're getting older and we don't like the people. Not the people. We just don't like peopling anymore. You know, being in a crowd, like say at the grocery store or restaurant, whatever. But on the flip side, like you say, go to a metal show, you always run into some really cool people that you end up talking to. I mean, like that Anthrax show, that couple we met, and they just kind of latched on to us, you know.
Yeah.
And we're
because we had better seats.
We're friends on Facebook with them now. And, you know, there's always like a cool experience. And like you say, when you go to the grocery store, you're like going, all right, how many fucking pedophiles are in here? You know, and
I'm just looking at the Entenmann's Donuts are like 10 feet away, dude, and I can't get to them because some fucking old fucker's just trying to not to piss himself, and it's like, get out of the way. Some other fucking young guy is like, like you said, are you trying to fuck kids? Like, what's going on?
With all the shit that's went on in the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years, I found myself going into bouncer mode anytime I'm in a public spot. And I never used to do that except when I was at the bar and was the bouncer. Mm-hmm. But now, like, we went and ate breakfast last Saturday.
Yeah.
And I want a place where my back's to the wall and I can see the entrance.
Yep.
And I am scanning the room to see where there might be a fucking possible issue.
Right.
Just like I did at the bar. I'd be sitting there and I'd be like scanning the room. I'd have girls go up to me all the time, like, why don't you smile? I was like, I'm fucking working.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. You tuck your chin down and you frown.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people leave you the fuck alone.
Now, see, I don't know if Dwight knows this song, but what he said prior to what you said about being in the grocery store and just people being in his way and everything, I'm hearing in Dwight's head, he's hearing, move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Son of a bitch.
Kicking shit over down there.
You know what? That's a good possibility. I was going more with drowning pools bodies. But, you know,
it's a raining man. I knew it.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. It's a raining man. Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking from the other perspective.
That was one time at band camp, and we agreed we wouldn't talk about that on air.
I thought he was talking about suicidal tendencies. I'm not crazy.
Man,
yeah.
Yeah, well, that could be too, dude. I mean,
I saw your mommy, and your mommy's dead.
Dead.
Lying face down in a pool of red.
Pool of blood.
No, it's actually a pool of red. I mean, come on, dude. It
rhymes.
rhymes.
I fucked up. Come on, man. It's fucking late. Leave me alone.
That's why Dwight's not writing songs.
Yeah.
I took a picture.
Whoa. Phobia.
What's the fear of listening to rap music at a fucking stoplight or a gas station?
That would be
actually
a maxophobia. Fear of riding in a car.
You know, you're the only guy that would have an answer for that shit, dude.
Because I haven't pulled up.
What's the fear of walking out of a convenience store in downtown St. Louis and hearing some chick just going off on a cell phone?
That is agoraphobia, fear of open spaces or crowds.
While parked at the gas pump, totally not pumping gas.
Yeah.
There was no fun, right, dude? There was no fucking gas pump in the fucking tank, dude. She's got her fucking leg hanging out, the doors open. It's like, can you not bitch over there?
I guarantee you, I was full on bouncer mode most of the time up there.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Especially,
I'm like,
when we went to get them sub sandwiches, it's like, God damn, we're in downtown fucking St. Louis. What the fuck? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it really wasn't that bad. I was kind of surprised, you know. It's like, didn't see a lot of homeless people or nothing, you know. I was like, okay.
Well,
hey, I don't want to go into detail on this one, but there was a question raised when I arrived, and I was like, yo, does anybody have this particular kind of device? And everybody pulled out this particular kind of device, which I could not fly with. But yeah, somebody next time I visit, just somebody bring an extra one. You know, I don't want to be the one guy going, fuck. you guys know what I'm talking about, goddammit.
You don't want to be the damsel in distress.
I got you, man. We'll be all right.
Only if we're... All right, James, I appreciate that. And Matt, only if we're role-playing, but not
You
in
want
this
10 rounds or 17?
But just 10's enough.
Okay.
But 17 is good, too. I don't give a shit. Bring whatever you want. Whatever you're not going to use, I'll make it work, dude. I'll make it fucking work, dude. I appreciate that, brother.
There's extra magazines, too, you know.
Dude, that was like a Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm like, man, who's got a fucking teaspoon? I was like, God damn. Fuck.
Oh shit.
Now
you know what I think it was? I think they was looking at us. You know, especially at that one convenience store, and they're going, these two old crazy white motherfuckers are fucking nuts. We can't fuck with them. It was like the Indians back in the old West. You know, if you acted crazy, they'd leave you alone because they wouldn't want to get that shit on them.
Yeah.
You know. It's like, what are these white? They're fucking crazy. Just sell them what they want and let them go.
Yeah, let's move these motherfuckers along, please, because they don't look fucking stable.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm good with that, dude. I know you're good with that. I'm glad we're good with that.
Fuck yeah.
I know me and you were just in the car going, dude, you got to hurry up and come out, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
We're not gonna leave you. We're definitely not gonna leave you. But goddamn it, hurry up.
Exactly. It was broad daylight.
Yeah, the fucking bitch on the phone, dude. That was something else.
That was wow.
Wow, I must have been fucking like thinking I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof when I went and got donuts the last day we were there. Because I went by myself into downtown.
I remember that. I obviously wasn't with you, but
yeah, nobody was.
I remember you came back with some yummy ass donuts, dude.
Yeah, and you know the best part about it is you ate the warm frosting ones first, which was amazing because you got some true protein right there.
Well, I love you, so it's cool. the shit part about the whole trip, man. The whole trip was awesome. I loved it, man. But I traveled 1,500 miles. And I always, the first night with your brother, we went to the one place. I forget the fucking name of it, but we had the fucking it was like a place that's in Missouri.
The Tuckers.
And then maybe
for dinner.
Wait, are you talking the first night you were in Missouri when we were up in Kansas City?
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, when we were in KC, we went up there. And then, Tucker's was cool as shit. And I love, who the fuck wants to eat? That's a big thing in real life, too, when we travel. We're going to check out local joints. We're going to check out things that are specific to this location or original or whatever. But other than those two fucking situations, the only other food we ate was McDonald's, Subway, and Papa John's. And it filled the hole. It did the job. Right. But I was like, son of a bitch, you know what I mean? And I'm not bitching at you guys. I mean, it was what it is. And,
well, the Subway was kind of the Subway was kind of a. Because remember, we drove around all over downtown trying to find something open because it was Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I ate it on the way to your house, dude. On the way when we were driving from KC, we stopped at a gas station. I was fucking starving. I didn't give a shit if somebody took a shit on a fucking croissant, dude.
You're going back to the 4th of July weekend.
No, I'm going back to the Metallica weekend.
Yeah, we didn't come down to James's house.
Where the fuck we went? We went to St. Louis. We went somewhere.
We drove across the state from Kansas City to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember that time when we went to Illinois?
I remember that time we went to Illinois. We seen the Mississippi River, dude. That was awesome as shit, dude.
Twice.
That was badass, dude. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
The only thing would have been better about the Metallica weekend was if Sean would have still lived in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But we had our own show at our Airbnb.
Right.
But we would have ended up with Sean driving.
Yep.
In East St. Louis at PT's and Diamonds and
Hustler Club.
Yeah.
But you know what it would have been better? What would have made the weekend even better? That was within our power. Is if we would have saw Mammoth WVH.
It was within our power, but we thought the show started an hour later than it did.
Right.
Damn it.
Yeah, we did. We heard some of it though. We did hear some of it. So yeah, that was some shit, man.
That was our bad because we thought the show started an hour later. Yeah. And then the next night it was Ice Nine Kills, and we didn't give a fuck.
No.
I just loved it because the one guy had a Metallica, the Master Puppet shirt on. And I said something about, I'm like, there's the guy right there, right? And he fucking pulls up his shirt, and we got a picture of it, man.
No, that was Pantera. He had vulgar display of power.
Yeah,
no. He had Master Puppet's shirt on.
Yeah.
But when he pulled the shirt, he had Pantera across his back, and his girl was like, she had her vape, and she's like, you don't have any juice, by the way, do you? And I'm like, actually, I got a fucking whole thing of it in my fucking pocket.
That's right, because you said, skeet, all over her face. Man, I remember that shit.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that, because he might be one of the hundreds, and I definitely did not do anything of the sort.
Or your wife might be next to you listening right now.
Listen, I didn't do any of it for a multitude of fucking reasons. No, she's asleep. But
she will listen later.
Damn it. James, thanks for having my back, Matt. Fuck you.
In your wildest dreams, baby.
Hey man, you might have been involved in a bathroom situation. Now you had your back not been broke that Saturday night, so fucking eat a dick. And I love you.
Oh, and it all comes out. Well, brother, you know what? I want to thank you for being on our Phobias podcast.
Is this my last podcast? Did I really piss you off that bad? What's happening right now?
No, we're
running out of drinks and got to pee.
Yeah.
That's how we tell how long our podcast is.
Yeah, that's when we say the podcast is over, is when we run out of drinks.
When Matt starts doing the pee-pee dance.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said some funny shit, and then he was like, all right, motherfucker, we got to go. And I'm like, what, bitch? Like,
okay.
Really?
To be 100%, to be 100% honest, we haven't run out of drinks, but we don't have behind the bar what we need to make James a drink and myself a drink at the moment. And plus,
we got alcohol back here.
Oh, we've got plenty of fucking alcohol behind this bar. Stuff that we've had on the shows and stuff that we haven't had on the shows.
Well, I want to do a PSA right now, and I don't know if we'll get an endorsement from this, but and I'll try to make it quick. You guys need to expand the bar. 1, 2. There's a system called Pure Wick that they use in hospitals and shit. It was primarily for females, but they also have them for men now.
Oh.
Where you can fucking piss yourself without pissing yourself.
Yeah.
Look it up. I'm telling you, Pure Wick. It's yeah. Anyway, fucking get those, and we can do longer podcasts.
Or we can go back to
or we could do like Rogan and just pause it.
Right. But we can go back to doing After Darks.
There you go.
And we can take turns. And nobody would ever know because they wouldn't see it. But
no, I'm seriously glad. I'm just not getting kicked off because you got. I was like, yeah.
Oh no.
Dick snot, pussy and bag fucking dick snot, fucking motherfucker shit.
And by the way,
and then you were like, oh, we gotta go.
By the way, the Army calls those wag bags. And the women use those when they're on convoys so they can pee into a bottle. Guys don't necessarily have that problem, especially when they're driving through a town and a kid may or may not get pelted with a water bottle full of pee.
Well, hey, let's leave the audience with this thought. When people that are confused pull out their catheters, it looks like if you left a hot dog in the fucking... It looks like the end of the hot dog if you left it in the microwave too long when it's all blown out and shit. Yeah, it's brutal, dude. I don't have a fear of that. I just don't enjoy looking at it.
Exactly. Don't want to experience it yourself.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're confused, I don't know how much pain people feel or interpret, but yeah, I definitely do not want to just be of sane mind and body and go, I'm going to rip this fucker out and see what it looks like when I'm done. And more importantly, what it feels like.
When I had my motorcycle wreck, I remember having 2 catheters. Neither one of them do I remember getting put in because I was out.
One in his penis and one in his butt.
No, 2 different catheters in my penis.
Oh! I thought you were talking about two catheters at the same time.
No. One for the initial operation, and the other one for the heel restructuring. Because I remember waking up after that, and I was laying there in bed, and I looked over at the wife, and I was like, "Do I have a catheter in?" She goes, "Yep." I'm like, "Cool." I don't do that either, man. Because I had to pee, so I just relaxed, you know.
Yeah, nurses come in there like, we got to put one in or we got to take one out, and I'm like, well, I'm gone. But when it's over.
But I remember both of them being taken out because I was awake for that shit. And it was like, okay, how many feet of this motherfucker did you put in there? Jesus Christ!
I know my dick, and it ain't that big.
Exactly. Well, it was at that time because my whole crotchal area had bounced off my tank, and so, and this is not racist at all, but I was literally a black man from the waist down.
Because of bruising.
Because of bruising.
Yes.
And it was swollen. And first time I looked at it, I'm like going, that's not mine, but can I keep it?
So he was thinking of the movie that Johnny Dangerously showed his brother, who was about to be the DA, about the scrotum walking down the street, and Betty Boop starts rubbing up on him, and he gets bigger and bigger, and then he explodes. And that's what James was thinking about. He's like, I don't want my scrotum to explode.
Mandingo Stewart.
Yeah. But you have just enjoyed another episode of Stu Him Productions presents
J&M Solve the World. I have been James.
And I have been Matt. And on behalf of Dwight, my brother from another mother, all the way from the state of Florida. You keep on fisting the gold 1 foot in the gutter, and we will be seeing you.
Peace.
Later.